Hey everybody, back in Palm Springs on this June 102-degree day. It is warm, but that's not going to stop me from showing you what I have to show you. I'm going to pick up, if you didn't see my last video, on more celebrity homes. A few people in there was Marilyn Monroe. Who was Marilyn Monroe? Sammy Davis Jr., George Hamilton. One thing I left out on George Hamilton's, I want to show you just because it's really cool and really easy to find. So if you're coming around where the cemetery is right here, right past 555, and then you got George Hamilton's house right here, the thing I forgot to point out is the front driveway where this palm tree is. If you look right here on the ground, December 1967, George Hamilton and his handprints. A little hidden and overgrown now. You see the dirt's all right there, but yeah, that's how you know you made it. You're at George's house. So we're in the Las Palmas area, and what I'm going to point out to you, well, as you can see from the title, are the Swiss Miss A-frame houses from the 1950s. I think it was 1955 to 1965 these were constructed. There's only said to be 15 left of these in this neighborhood, and supposedly they're all in the Las Palmas. I'm sure there's some in the other areas of Palm Springs, but these are the Alexander ones. And we're going to try to find what's left of them and just show off how well they're taken care of and talk a little bit more about it. And then we'll end with one of the most popular Alexander houses that everyone knows. I'm not sure of the street I'm on, but this is 605, and we'll walk up here real quick. They all kind of have the Polynesian style. As you can see, they got the tiki torch out there too. I love these. They are great. And what they were supposed to do is, as they were built, it would really open up the lighting in here. They'd have almost 18-foot ceilings that would really let the light in the house and kind of add space into the house as well. So this is our first. So we've now found our second house, and we're just right down the street. This is 755. And this one's done a little bit different. You can kind of see how they've blocked the windows out and made it just the entranceway. And I got this weird, maybe not weird to them, but domino art piece in front. So yeah, we're at number 2, and this was only a stone's throw from our first house. Let's go find, and I've already passed number 3. Well, number 3 is now for sale. It's on the block. If you're interested, Jim and Crane and Linda Campbell will help you out. I really want to see how much this one's going for. If I can find the address, you can see it's kind of overgrown. Now, when these first hit the market, walk up to the front and see how much we can see here. Originally, what I read is they went for $19,500. Then they started doing pools and getting a little bit bigger, and they went up to about $40,000 to $50,000. Now, one, I don't know which one exactly it was, just sold for $3.7 million. So, not sure what they're asking for this one. These are highly desirable, but at least this one we can get a little bit of a better look at an A-frame. Looks like they have those, I don't know if you're into those curtains, but those have been here for some time. You can, oh, this is 722. I just heard a noise inside, so hopefully I'm not bothering anybody. You can see there's a walkway through the glass. Maybe you can't, hopefully you can, but there's a walkway through the glass. Oh no, that's the thumping I'm hearing is somewhere else. That glass is a weird tinted style, and this is the former home of the Heavies. Maybe Heavy D and the boys, and even gets you the original doorbell. And look at these, like acorn style. So yeah, this one is for sale. This would be your view out on the street, and I don't know if I was hearing things behind the door. I don't think anybody's in here, but I don't want to find out. You can go ahead and ask Jim or Lindell. They'll let you know. So Ray just looked up on Redfin the going for asking price for that last house we were at. It's 722 High Street if you want to look at Redfin or any of the pictures. 3.2 million is the asking price. The backyard looks really cool. A little too steep for me, but if you want to start a GoFundMe, you're all welcome to come on by and stay whenever you'd like. So I found number 4 now. We're moving on to number 4 of old Swiss Miss. I'm just zigzagging through the streets right now until I get to the one that I'm really looking for. Just gotta love this. I thought all of them had the windows that went through the corners of the triangle shape, but I guess not. And I would love to see inside if they all have a room that connects up there. But okay, so they got smoke tree outside and some great landscaping. Number 4. Wait till you see what we're getting to, though. We're getting to some good stuff. This is good, don't get me wrong, but we're getting to some really down the road, about 3 houses. I always wanted to do these A-frames. You know, driving around here are these old, Swiss Miss homes, and they got the rock work in front. And, you know, I kept saying I'm going to do a video on this, and just so you know, I wasn't lying. Right there. Get it? Okay. So anyways, we're right down the road from the last one. And if anybody owns one of these houses, and maybe we'll come across it, I don't know yet. It says, this home on video monitored surveillance. Okay. If anybody that we come across, I don't know if we're going to, but let me just say, if you put a wall up around your house, I mean, like a big one, of these Swiss Miss, shame on you. Shame on you. These things are way too cool to look at. So that's number 5, if I'm not mistaken. We should have made my way up the road in the Las Palmas area. And I gotta say, I was spoiled. I was getting too cocky, I think, because down this road, I was hitting them left and right everywhere I went. A-frame, Swiss Miss, Swiss Miss. Right here, well, that is the Maryland house. I just did a video on that. This house, too, right here is the new house. Directly behind this house is the Elvis honeymoon house, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But, yeah, the Maryland house. And we do have this house here. This one's a little bit different. It still has a Swiss Miss style, but it doesn't have the huge, like, opening that the other ones did. So, but it is the Swiss Miss. I've been driving in some street circles, and I came across this one. This house is not for sale, but if you're in the market for a 2016 Buick Verano, well, it's only got 60,000 miles, and it is for sale. But here you see this one has the higher roof, but not as high as the other ones. So I think we're about 7 or 8 in. We'll keep hunting, though. Here comes 2 more to show you. One more true Swiss Miss house, and it's this one, 855, whatever street I'm on. I forget the name, but you'll know once I show you the next house. This one is done perfectly right with the orange, the green, the tiki out front. That is awesome. They could use some more stuff, Disney style or even oceanic art style. Make it even more tiki-ish, or some water in front. But yeah, I think this color just nails it. I love the orange beams, just everything about this one. And the location is really interesting because this house has been here for a while, and I've shown this in my past videos. This is Rona Barrett's house, the Gotham columnist back in the day when all the stars were out here. This was the lady get in the dirt and writing about all the favorite celebrities of Sinatra and Elvis and Marilyn Monroe. This lady that lived here, directly across from this awesome Swiss Miss tiki house. So the architect behind all this was Charles Dubois. He's the reason for these A-frame Swiss Miss houses. Thank you, Charles Dubois. These are amazing. I love them, and I'll show you right here. That's how close we are, right here, and we'll turn around, and these are all new, next to the Elvis honeymoon house. And the other people behind the construction was Alexander Construction and Joe Dunas. Now, sadly, Alexander was only Robert and Helene were he was 40, I'm not sure how old she was, but they died in a plane crash, leaving Palm Springs, headed to Burbank. And sadly, the pilot couldn't see the clouds, or just, they said it was a pilot error where he died. Robert Alexander gifted this house to his wife and was living here currently at the time of their plane crash. And here's a sign outside, the House of Tomorrow. It's 5,500 square feet. And there's a car pulling up behind me. And there's no, now there is because it's been redone, but there was no installation in it at the time. So the winter would be still cold out here, even though it is Palm Springs. The water's running, which is nice. This is the original stairs that go up, and the original doors are still there, but that is the room where Elvis and Priscilla spent their honeymoon. Generally, you don't get to see the water running here. It's just up to these folks if they want to turn it on. But yeah, it was supposed to be 4 octagon style rooms put together is how this room, House of Tomorrow, is. And right out that back door, I've noted before, from the pool area to the back, Marilyn Monroe's house is over there, and that's where Elvis left. And Priscilla, where Frank Sinatra had a car waiting for them to fly to Las Vegas and get married. As always, please like this video if you like this video. It really does help. Also, please consider subscribing. Almost at 3,000. And then from there, just moving forward, doing more videos. If you know any houses that you'd like to see out here, or just even want to comment on these Swiss Miss houses, something I may have missed, send me a message. Gladly reply. It's hot. Middle of June 2025. Can't believe we're already this far in the year, but thank you, thank you, thank you. And as always, see you next time. Palm Springs would really not be as great as it is without all its architecture, that is for sure. William Kreisel, Albert Frey, and so many others. William Cody. Now all these, I remember there was a house here, they tore that house down, demolished it. It was a nice house. And then over here, this was the Elvis tennis courts, and then Rona Barrett's just right there. Elvis must have been like cool tiki house or something in his best Elvis voice, because I know he's seen the A-frames, and that's really what it's all about. Well, this video at least.